There is a huge myth about this stepping outside of your comfort zone. I run into it with clients all the time, with them thinking that they have to do everything that is uncomfortable. I think people have been told so much that you've got to break out of your comfort zone, just bust that thing down, break through all the walls, that they think that they should be completely uncomfortable all the time, or else they're not doing it right. I see people like Oprah Winfrey, Marianne Williamson, Steve Jobs, people that have really made an impact. They're not way out of their comfort zone. They're right in their zone of genius. They're actually deeper into their comfort zone. They're doing things that come so naturally to them as breathing. They're just doing it in a bigger way. My metaphor for this is a little birdie in a nest. And this little birdie is being asked to fly. Okay, they are wanting to get out of their nest and they're flapping their wings, but they know that they're built for this. Okay, that's growth, that's progress, that's expansion. But I think sometimes people ask little tiny birdies in their nest to learn how to swim. They want them to jump out of the nest into the ocean and just figure it out. Just learn to do it. Just push all those boundaries and go for it. And that is not productive to me. That's going to take you so far out of your comfort zone, you're not going to be able to breathe, and you're just going to feel stressed out and uncomfortable all the time. And I feel like entrepreneurs, most of them don't really have a problem with getting out of their comfort zone. They're willing to take some risks. They're willing to be brave already. That's who they already are. To ask them to push and get so uncomfortable they don't even know which way is up, that's asking them to learn how to swim. What you need to do is get deeper into your comfort zone and just learn to do it on a bigger and bigger scale. Learn to build those muscles and fly. We're going to leave the nest, right? But we're never going to leave the zone of genius. We're always going to do what you're built and made to do. Stay in that zone. And it is going to feel really comfortable. It's going to feel like stuff that you just have good instincts about. You know how to do. And that's what people want from you. That's your gifts that you're built for, you're made to give. To leave your comfort zone but still stay in your zone of genius means that when someone suggests something to you or you get an idea in your head, it still feels in alignment with who you are and what you're built to do. Of course, there will still be some fear coming up and some things to address, but there's a part of you that will know that it's worth it. This is worth it. And there's also usually a tiny little step you can take before you're asked to take a huge step. If you decide that being a speaker, for example, is in your zone of genius, you don't have to speak to 2,000 people or 10,000 people right away. You don't even have to speak to 10 people right away. Just start getting in front of 2 and 5 and 8 people and feeling really good about that. Naturally, the 10 and the 20 and the 50 and the 100 will come. I think one of the biggest skills you can learn to develop is learning whether a new idea coming in feels more like flying or feels more like swimming. Check in with, is this in my zone of genius? Am I going to know what this is? Am I just going to encourage myself and nudge myself to get a little bit out of my nest but still be a bird? Or am I really asking myself to do something that is totally not in line with who I am and what I'm built for? Check in on whether this feels like more of me or like I'm going to be just destroyed and gasping for air and stressed out and freaked out all the time. If I had something for you to take home today and do, it would be to think of an action that you're being asked to do or that you have an idea about. Think of one that you really know is in your zone of genius. And then think of one that you really know is off in learning how to swim when you're a bird. You can write them down in the comments below. You can just write them out on a piece of paper. You can email me with them. but try to get them down so that you have examples when the time rolls around that you're really being offered an opportunity or asked to do something or pushed by someone to do something. And you can say, no, this really feels more like learning how to swim. Or, I've got to be brave, this really feels like flying. And I've got to be willing to emerge from my nest a little bit.